So why are you still struggling? Is the question. You know what I'm saying? But we see NSNBC analysts claim that Donald J. Trump, you know what I'm saying, Bronx rally was a signal to white people in swing states that he's not racist, softening the ground. No, he is not. No, he is not. No, he's not. He is loved by black people because black people understand what his mission was, and they saw when he was president the things that he was doing. Even going back to his early days when he spoke about NATO and how much money you are pumping into all these 34 nations of NATO, of American people's money that they had worked hard for, while you raise inflation and taxes and all kinds of shit in order to do so. And where that money coming from? Out of the people's pocket. And that's why you in high rent, high inflation, and high every fucking thing that you could possibly find. At the same time, the black people understand, just like the white people, whether you're talking about softening the ground or not, the white people should be waking up, because I'm going to say it again and I'm going to say it 100 times. Just because they look like you and sing a good song don't mean that they're on your side. And that goes for niggas as well. You know what I'm saying? We need to form a new, you know what I'm saying? We need to organize, and then centralize. You know what I'm saying? We have to start forming a strong, powerful base that will protect the American people. Black people need to step up and show what you are capable of when it comes to the political arena, especially when it comes to science, when it comes to the truth, when it comes to history, archaeology, and many of these things that they have been using in order to disgrace our people and the common white people, to think that they were also in bed with them, when they know full well that they were not in bed with their own, because they have fucked over their own more than we know. You know what I'm saying? So while they talking about softness and ground, you know what I'm saying, you need to stop acting like a clown. You know what I'm saying? But we see you at NSNBC, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Political analyst Charles Blow claims that Donald Trump's Bronx rally on Thursday had nothing to do with the Bronx, but was actually a signal to white voters in swing states. Whether it was to white people in swing states or not, what's the problem with him going to the Bronx? Still don't get that part. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he didn't care about the Bronx, he just went there to get the white people to do that. How in the world is he going to the Bronx with a bunch of black people is going to get swing state white people to change, I guess, their mind? But we see here where he said, you know, Blow joins Joyce Reid on Thursday night to react to Trump's unusual campaign stop. Why shouldn't he stop? Isn't it a part of New York State? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Representative Alejandro Ocasio-Cortez a demon fucking Democrat from New York that you still have in there after the damage you see that she's doing with just her mouth alone. She ain't no more than a proxy clown. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when we look at Joyce Reid on Thursday night to react to what was going on with the Trump stop, you know what I'm saying? Alejandro Nutcase, jackass, fucking wannabe clown, you know what I'm saying? You know, what's her face, demon Democrat, and other blast Trump campaign event before it even happened. Nothing, noting the Bronx overwhelming voters, the Bronx overwhelming votes, demon Democrat. No, the Bronx overwhelming votes were fooled off to keep voting demon Democrats because como Morancia. You see. And they was throwing little trinkets out there You know what I'm saying? To make you believe this and that and let this and that happen and so on and so on. You know what I'm saying? But in actuality, they didn't give a fuck about the Bronx. So many people wouldn't have died in the Bronx. So many people wouldn't be living in poverty in the Bronx. And they wouldn't be living in the Bronx at all. You know what I'm saying? If they had better and more stronger support. You know what I'm saying? What would be the point of Donald Trump going to the Bronx? To stop in one of the boroughs in the state? What the fuck wrong with that? Still asking that fucking question. What's your hate on Donald Trump? Can't people see this? It could have been somebody else. It could have been somebody else. When we look at it, you see what I'm saying? It could have been somebody else that stopped in the Bronx. What seems to be the problem? Don't get it. You know what I mean? Don't get it at all. Do not get it at all. What seems to be the problem of him stopping in the Bronx? Which doesn't make much sense to me. You know what I'm saying? What it makes sense to me is that you're trying to hate on the man for apparent reasons and we don't know why. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? What is your hate on this man to the point where you're going to sit up here and talk that yin yang patty whack give a dog boom shit that don't make any fucking sense? You know what I'm saying? And is it a campaign or is it a witch hunt? Is it a campaign or is it a Luciferian hunt? Which one really we're trying to figure out is it? Because we don't see any justification in anything that you guys are doing other than fucking over the American people in all ways and continue to use what we call truth lies. Truth lies, in other words. Now, a good example of truth lies is the Black Caucus dummies and many civil rights leaders. That's what you call truth lies. You know what I'm saying? Where they sit out there and they act as if like they care about us so fucking much in all ways, and when we really look at it, we don't see that. We don't see that. Because if it was, then many Americans would not have any complaints in more ways than one, especially in New York State. Many of them would be going about doing what they're supposed to do, building what they're supposed to be, and have generally no complaint. The schools wouldn't be in the conditions they were, even going back to the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Where the schools had looked like a school look. The school had looked like jungle bogey. You know what I'm saying? You know, all kinds of criminals was running up in the schools and doing all kinds of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to when you go to the school, it looked like something out of a jungle, a concrete fucking jungle. I mean, a complete disgrace. This was all demon Democrat that had the schools. You should go back and look at the movie, The Principal. Movies like The Principal and Lean on Me and shit like that. You know, go back and look at those movies and see how bad it had really got, and they were not doing anything about it except flourishing it. That it goes, and many of the kids and this and that did not get proper education. Oh yes, they was doing much things. This was all demon Democrat going all the way back to 1984. You count those years all the way up to today, even if we go back to 1984. You see, so many of what they're talking about doesn't make much sense to me. You know what I'm saying? You know, and much of it is lies in all ways. You know what I mean? It's lies in all ways when we look at it. You know, it's lies in all ways. So we know for well where they're coming from. You see. We know for well where they're coming from. You know what I mean? Look at me here, you know, we know where they're coming from. So they're not fooling anybody in any shape or form. What form is it they're trying to think that they can fool all the people with? It's what we have to understand. Don't let them sit there and fool you all. You see what I'm saying? In this matter. You know what I'm saying? Why would he go there? What do you mean, why would he go there? What reason would he not have to go there? You know what I'm saying? What is the point of Donald Trump going to the Bronx? Because he wanted to. Well, you need your approval, you did mommy and daddy. You stupid ass niggas sitting up there talking that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And look who's up there. You know what I'm saying? Look who's up there. You know, look who's up there. You know, look who's up there. Two negras. Two cornball blood sucking ass negras talking about some joys, talking about some motherfucking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Two fucking jackass niggas talking about Charlie Blow. You know what I'm saying? Talking about and Joyce Reed and all kinds of different fuckery. Nobody want to hear. Don't really want to hear. You know what y'all have to say. You know what I'm saying? Because if he wants to go to the Bronx, he can go to the Bronx all the fuck he want. You know what I'm saying? All he want. And he a New Yorker too? You know what I'm saying? What would be the point of him going there? You know what I'm saying? When she's looking at it, you say, Trump going to the Bronx and bringing up Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-il in a place he can never win. Who gives a fuck? It's a question. He could say whatever the fuck he want to say, just like your sorry ass was saying a bunch of bullshit for the last, 47 years or better, and even before that. So don't give me that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You fool of shit. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he would never win. Yeah, because you figure you got the people just like Kathy Hochul fooled off to the point where they will vote your direction no matter even if a nuclear bomb was coming and Trump was trying to save them from it. You know what I'm saying? They still probably got a hardcore dummy. You know what I'm saying? So in other words, they're going to pay for that if that's the case. But from what we see, it doesn't look like they do it. But now let's look at what she's trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Saying he would never win. The Bronx is full of black and Latino folks here. Hear it? You know what I'm saying? The black and Latino folks that you never properly cared about or served. You know what I'm saying? You know more than a lying motherfucker. And he's not, fond of those Reed as Blow. Blow argued that the campaign stop was a pushback against the perception in other states that Trump is a racist. No, it is not. You know what I'm saying? No, it is not. We never seen Trump as a racist. Whether he is or is not was never something that we truly have really said or seen happen. So you are lying. Because Trump was the first one in many ways to speak out against as a real estate mogul about what was going on with NATO. Now we see NATO and their actions and the criminal organization, even up to now. And even when we look at the facts on Israel fake ass invasion clown ass Zionist bullshit, you know what I'm saying? He probably wasn't truly informed about many of it, or maybe he was. But that's not the point. The point is, he's able to communicate with the people in all ways. So that makes him a great candidate for the presidency, you know what I'm saying? And he has proven that even in office, because if you go around and talk to many white people now, you know what I'm saying? Many white people will tell you it was better under Trump than it was with the creep. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to win New York. You mean you're going to cheat him out of New York? Let's get that straight. You stupid ass. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, because it could have been another candidate that they did not like. It ain't got nothing to do personally with Trump, and I keep saying it. And I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it again. But he's doing what he's supposed to do. It could have been a black man. It could have been anybody else that was doing and running and doing the good that he was doing. You still would have said the same thing. That's how your demons run. You know what I'm saying? You don't want nobody to be above your fascist, neo-Nazi, Judeo-Christian, of the holy, you know who, you know what I'm saying, empire. You garbage, nigga. And that's a fact. And that leads all the way up to to Rockefeller, which is not American, and Rothschild, which is not American. You know what I'm saying? They are invaders of this land, period. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter whether they came here on a boat and work hard and got with it. You know, they came here and cheat and steal and do all kinds of crooked shit, maybe. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to win the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? You know, the Bronx will be stupid. They'll vote for Creed Biden just because they say so, because they still feel they have you under that spell. But that audience is not the Bronx. Blue said. The audience is everyone else in the state that he could possibly win, and what he tries to do, and there's no downside for him to do this, but the way what he's trying, but by the way, you know what I'm saying, I'm sorry, he's saying but by the way, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Blow talking here, what he's trying to do is to signal other people, he's trying to do is signal to other people, signal to people in swing states that's a fucking lie. You know what I'm saying? Who are white and who don't want to be thought of as voting for a racist. That's bullshit. That's a lie. Mr. Blow is lying, and he's on the Demon Democrat. He probably signed a contract with many of these secret society and deep state, and probably sucking blood as well. You know what I'm saying? But either way, he's a deep state. You can tell by the way they're talking. You know, speaking in a minority-heavy district that he has no chance of winning. Why you keep saying he has no chance of winning? Why are you putting the spell on the people when the people must make that decision for themselves? Stop telling the people that bullshit about some winning in some swing state and the people not looking at him. You know what I'm saying? But when he has no chance of winning, Mr. Blow Dick, you know what I'm saying, added, you know, could convince some people to declare maybe he is not as racist as they say. This has nothing to do with New York, he said, Mr. Blow Dick. You know what I'm saying? This has nothing to do with the Bronx. Mr. Blow Dick again, speaking for us. You notice how the Demon Democrats always seem to speak for us? You know what I'm saying? So we know who they're working for. Two black-ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? Just like the Black Caucus, jackass dummies. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to cut no short on the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And that should go for white people as well. How long you going to continue to look like them and think that they're going to do for you? You know what I'm saying? And they're not. You know what I'm saying? You know, how long you going to continue to do so is what we must start to look at. You know what I'm saying? Now we see even a tennis star up here talking bullshit as well. You know, some tennis star talking about, I guess he's saying, I guess his name is Coco. It looked like more like Coco Manot, you know what I'm saying? Urges Florida residents to vote. We should all just use our voice and use the power. Now let's see what you're saying. Let's see if we can get some grip here with Mr. Coco talking here. You know what I'm saying? By G New York 3 days ago. You know what I'm saying? Shine Myers, whatever the fuck he is up for. But we see Coco McGruff, you know what I'm saying, or whatever his name is, you know what I'm saying, is rising tennis stars urging the fellow Floridians, or Florida people, you know what I'm saying, to make their voice heard in the upcoming elections. Speaking at a press conference during the Italian Open 20-year-old champion encourage Floridians to participate actively in this year's presidential elections and local race. That's a very important thing that he said there. Yeah, that one is the local race is just as important, and we need to do something about local candidates that are not doing anything for black people. But we see here where he's saying who will be voting for the first. Mr. Coco said he's going to be voting for the first time, spoke about the importance of civic engagement, especially given the unique challenge of being black in Florida. Okay, I'm beginning to agree with you. You know what I'm saying? It is crazy times in Florida. It's crazy time to be a Floridian, especially a black one at that. You know what I'm saying? She remarked when asked about state current political climate. You know what I'm saying? But we see Florida has been a national spotlight of controversial policies implemented by its leaders, including Governor Ron DeSantis. No, I don't think so. I think he's doing the best he can under the conditions that he has. You know what I'm saying? But we see these policies range from books bans to stringent measures, you know what I'm saying, against diversity, equality, inclusion, DEI programs, when drugs criticized as regressive. We are happy with the current state of our government in Florida, especially everything with the books and just the way our office operates, she said. Well, in more ways than one, the importance of the youth and the community and the vocal and active. At the end of the day, it comes down the youth and the community, you know, being outspoken. So I encourage everyone to vote. I encourage them to vote too, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I encourage them to vote too. I encourage them to look into a lot of this bullshit, you know what I'm saying, in many ways, you know what I'm saying? We see a Muslim woman Muslim women who are voting, who are registered to vote are more likely, let me see here, more likely to donate money and volunteer than non-voters. You know what I'm saying? Oh yes, that's good to hear. You know what I'm saying? And I hope they voting for the right shit and not some demon democratic bullshit or crooked ass Republicans, I should say, on either side. You know what I'm saying? We see many of this shit going on today doesn't even look right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't look right. You know, in more ways than one, many of this shit does not look right. You know what I'm saying? In itself. Oh, as a matter of fact, I was looking in.